day, Amanda. I said that early. The timer hadn't even started, so now I gotta try again. Good day, Amanda. Because every time I hear your name, I think about the first character from Saw, the only girl that survived. That might be like something good working in your favor. So, welcome to my new style of chart reading. I am so happy that you're the first one. This is a big endeavor going forward. I'm actually going to be reading for my lovely Lavender. Don't forget your paperwork file. So, just so you can see, although this ring light's going to be staying, I am looking at your charts in here the whole time. Although this idea had been on my mind for a while, life sort of pushed me to start finally following behind it. And I can already sort of see what's going on here. So let's get into this relationship. I have Rudy's corrected chart. I believe we even had him in Las Colinas last time. You have his birthplace is Los Angeles now. So, you know, there are some definite changes in here. I'm going to go around this with what information comes up. Let's keep this real homegirl. Like, I'm reading your human design. If you were a robot, this would be the configurations for your body. And then how you guys work together and what y'all are working on together at this time. And then I'm going to look at the composite to see what the overall goal was. So, for beginners, I like the way this feels. I think I'm going to have to dress up when I do these in the future. So, for starters, your North Node is conjunct his Venus in 5th. This is the test of true love. Why am I saying that? Because according to this, homeboy's Venus is at the 0th degree. That's limitless potential in regards to relationships. It's in the sign of Cancer. So was his family life before you hard? It's like he's going to be building a family with you. That's what you came to work with him on. But the significance of a family is like just out of touch for him. Like imagine having a broken household. So when you see other people with a household or even the opportunity to have the household that you want comes up, you might be like, well, I never had that, so I don't know if that's possible. He's moving away from a sort of cold relationship with his family that really set up his emotional disposition in general, particularly with his mother. He's moving away from that part of himself that he has sort of clung to into this energy of his own wisdom gained through the relationship. So y'all are working on some two become one type stuff here. My pain is your pain, my love is your love, which should not be a bad thing, right? But all magic has a price. So what is the price that you guys are going to be paying here? Let's look. You two sort of have a family wound, ma'am. So, the fact that my eyes got drawn to that in the first place, right? Two people with wounded family backgrounds coming together trying to create a family on their own. What could go wrong there, right? I'm liking this. I feel like I'm just reading off your script like, hey girl, how are you handling that problem? But your emotional sensitivity has been used against you many other times. You probably eat when you're sad, cook when you're sad, spend money when you're sad. But these were all patterns that actually played out with your mother when she was pregnant with you. So if you find that you have any financial things, I want to say debt, but it's debt that didn't need to be there. It's like debt because you spent some money when you got sad or in your feelings, or in order to make somebody else feel better because it's what makes you feel better. You bought somebody else something or gave them money. That could be the case too. That is something that you're healing. And it feels like dear Rudy is there to tell you, like, babe, you can't do this. And it might be particularly when y'all get kids. Like imagine you have a kid that's emotionally manipulative because they're used to being spoiled and you're about to give them everything, then Rudy will pop up like, honey, you've given them enough this month, right? That's because poor Rudy doesn't know. He is a father, right? I'm about to show you. So you see this all up in here, right? Rudy's in red and you're in blue. His son is in the 4th house. That's a father. But you know what the beautiful thing about that is? It's conjunct his gold. He didn't even know that this whole time, everything he went through was creating him to be like the golden father, like the most promising male in his bloodline. is what I'm hearing. And that's where your banks is. Like this whole time y'all might have been going through difficulties, but as soon as he begins to step into this energy of like learning fatherhood and how to establish a household and recognizing that his abundance is in how he like maintains the household. I'm talking like, I gotta put my thing down for a moment. I sit down and I do my books, sort of kind of write stuff out. Baby, that's what he's supposed to do. It's all in his head. He has to write out his thoughts. So I feel most importantly right now that you need to know and he needs to know that y'all are meant to have a stable, wealthy household, right? And by wealth, I mean this is so much more than money. This means when you come home and you're happy to see the people that are in your house. You come home and your refrigerator is full. You have a check on the way and you have money in the bank. Like wealth beyond just what this world makes you think wealth is supposed to be, is what I'm sensing here. And it's all based upon like him being able to take what you're bringing in. It is going to sound messed up, but it's like to make better use of your resources than you make of your resources. Because you are learning how to not be emotionally controlled. That's your wound. But it's his like strength. Oh, so all of this is where the difficulty comes in. The parts of you that are soft are strong in him, and the parts of him that are, my mom is going to say weaker, whatever, or where you're stronger. So for instance, he is unaware of how much his grief affects his money. It looks like majority of his sadness comes from how much money he feels like he wants or is supposed to have. That's not going to be a permanent thing. It's like life had to beat him up in every way so that he would gain not only empathy for the men that came before him and had to be providers and had to do all this stuff, right? But for him to find that part of himself after everything else didn't work out. The big turning point comes for him when he learns the value of himself. And it seems like you reflect that back to him, just living in a household with you. Like, baby, you ain't got to have a dime on you for you to be the person that holds this shit down. Is the way I'm feeling right now. But that is literally what you speak to him. Your Mercury is right next to his grief asteroid. Your Mercury is in your career house, right? So you use pretty much what I'm doing, kind of. Like you're a motivational speaker. Even if this is while I think you were doing nails at one point. Even if you're doing nails with a client, as you're talking to them, you're speaking life over them. You consistently speak like life over him that gives him the fuel he needs to keep going in regards to finding out his worth. Not many people have allowed him to see his potential before now. So you're starting your Mercury in his second house. The way your mind works and who you are as a person. You lift him up. Being in the household with you is where he starts to lift himself up. Having children was like the big kicker is the big kicker. Even having that one, y'all are going to have multiple, right? But him starting to see how important he is in a child's life probably is bringing up reflections of his parents' relationship or his parental relationships. But starting to think differently about that. Like, look at this child. Without you, it won't eat, sleep. It won't have anywhere to go. That level of responsibility, which, sometimes sends dudes to run, which it seems like could have been a pattern that he was dealing with his family. It's just like the guys weren't, my mind said like upright citizens. But knowing that this little person depends on you is the thing that flicks his switch from whatever it was before. It's like he went from runaway Simba to back to the kingdom Simba. I thought the video restarted again. I looked, I was like, no, not again. I cleaned my phone, drats. Right? And that's the energy you're building on for him. Like your contract, your Saturn is next to the money that he's going to make in his day-to-day life. Is this man an entrepreneur? Let's see. Where is his rising? His rising is in the 5th. Well, I'm sorry, that's your rising. Back it up, Aisha. Back it up. He's an Aquarius rising. He's meant to work online or with a specific team or in a community of people. Man, no wonder this relationship has been so testing. His rising is in your 8th house. Like he fell right into your care, but it's like, The part of you that has like super unique needs. You might even have some stuff going on with your sexuality and he brings that out of you. Could even be like some group dynamic stuff going on here. But it's like the parts of you that you were afraid to show other people, he brings out of you. You ever just want to be a complete freak? Like, and I'm talking about like, take your bra off, put it on your head. Like, I am Cornholio. Like, some days you just want to crash out. He is there for your crash out days. Like, that's what makes him feel normal. Like, maybe he's seen so many people have crash outs throughout his life that, like, he does not feel worthy. He does not feel okay in somewhere that feels stable, possibly. I mean, his Chiron is in Taurus just like yours, and that's a stability wound. That's a self-worth wound. But him recognizing that his stability has been in his mind the whole time is the blessing. Like, no matter what they take from you, dude, they can't take away your beautiful mind. No matter what they knock over, this always gives you the ability to rebuild again. They can't take that from you. And the thing that you have been working on building is a structure of finances based on self that allows you to create the home and legacy you want for the long term. It really feels like he's making a new branch for his family and you're just helping merge into that. Because his Saturn, his contract is in your 4th house. And your grief is in your 4th house. So you've been longing for a certain type of family dynamic. You've been longing for regular, it feels like. It feels like maybe you used to watch like the Brady's. No, that's a horrible example because that's a blended. You're probably going to get the Brady's. But like you would watch, I'm trying to think of a nuclear family. There's a song in my head. Family Matters? Family Matters just went through my head. Like where there's shows where there's a mom and a dad and the kids and they have stability and the parents look after them and they make sure their kids go to college and they get a new car and there's the new car in the graduation episode and the prom episode and all that. It feels like you didn't get some of those episodes. You had more of a 7th heaven. No, what is that one? Party of 5 where the kids had to raise themselves sort of kind of. That's what your grief feels like. There's a sterility that I'm feeling from your childhood. Here's the structure in your home that you did not have. Like yours was like, there was a lack of emotions in your family. It's like you do this every day. This is what you do for success. There's no room for variation from what you're supposed to be doing is what your childhood feels like. Maybe that's why it's so important to you to find somebody who allows your freak flag to fly. I also, in this moment, need to point out the fact that he has Jupiter conjunct his vertex, right? To be a husband was his fated event in this lifetime. Like the most growth that he would see, the most blessed that you would be, actually. Because your 9th house controls your Jupiter, and that's where you have your blessing, your literal, let me show you. Your 9th house is right here on the inside. Focus thing, focus. This is your 9th house, right? This is your blessing asteroid, right? Right next to your bless, you probably can't see it, is your abundance and your Juno. You were blessed with a soulmate who is going to help expand your life, and all of that falls right into Rudy's 1st house. The things that you guys are clearing out are the ripples of the bloodline stuff y'all had to work on. How unfortunate, right? Like, hey, you want a family? The price you'll pay is having to clear out all the shadows and demons from everybody who tried to have a relationship in your family before you in order for you to create a fruitful branch. So I'm going to go to the composite now. I love this. His depression and such, or any heavy feelings that come up, are from feeling a sense of disconnect from purpose. In the beginning of this reading, I said that you guys are working on some 2 become 1 type business, right? You guys are in Aries rising as a composite. That's self-rising. That's 2 becoming 1. With your sun in 1st. This is like Oh, that put me in my feelings. This is a beautiful way for this to go for you guys. I didn't even know I can get emotional like this. It's like what you needed to know is what I'm feeling. So y'all have a Saturn and Libra. Y'all had a contract to be together, right? North Node and Fourth. To have a family at the 26th degree. And it's in Cancer, right? The 26th degree is a Taurus degree. That's that wealth I was feeling. But the wealth is in your family and being able to do what you want to when you want to. There is nothing extremely extravagant. Y'all just wanted to be okay for everything that y'all went through before y'all got together, right? But that Sun in first means that, like, it feels like you get your family matters. You might not have got to have it for yourself, but you get to have it for your kids. Like, if you have a soccer game or your kid has a soccer game, you're going to be at home making the sandwiches, and then you're going to meet him at the game with the sandwiches with an extra sandwich for him because you knew he was at work all day and he didn't get to eat. Like, that's how, in tandem, I'm sensing your guys' energy. A complete shift from what it was when y'all first got together, or what your individual energies are. When you guys merge, and this is a intimacy thing. So it's not only just the sex, which is why his ascendant is in your 8th house. Y'all are merging like at a soul level. This is a soul tie. So at the times that you can't be sexual because his libido is connected to his sense of self-worth, which has been like hit his whole life. Like at one point he was using his sexuality as a way to make him feel like he was worth something. So when it comes to him feeling down, sex is like the last thing on his mind. But imagine sitting like Indian style on his lap and putting your foreheads together and just holding hands. Just being each other's energy. That's also called co-regulation. This is learning how to feel safe in somebody else's auric field, right? But what it does is it like pairs you. So some of your confidence will become his confidence and vice versa. You are merging into like one field. Note also that the moon here is conjunct the rising. Y'all feelings are on your sleeves. Like, imagine being emotionally tethered to somebody. Like the same way that I was just like, as soon as I tapped into the chart, like, no, don't cry. If you cry, I'm gonna cry. Like, that's how close you guys become over the years. Like being in each other's lives. Like if you forget something, like, hey, I can't find my keys. He's right behind you, like, they're right here. That's the Mercury in first that I'm sensing here. Do y'all sing together too? Feels like music is important here. Like whatever y'all listen to, y'all get on the same page with music. Y'all might even send each other songs. But the blessing, asteroid, your Ceres, Ceres is how you care for one another, is at the same degree as your sun. The blessing is how you guys care for each other and the fact that you both always keep locked in to the same plan. Because y'all probably do that head sync thing that I was just talking about. You can put your hands together and sync. But whenever there is an outside problem, it's like, no, there is no outside problem. We face this with each other. Nobody runs to their different corners when it's time to fight. Y'all fight together on what the problem is instead of the individual issue. And because of that, y'all create something together. There is a business here I'm seeing together that y'all do as a partner. That Saturn in this chart is ruling your 10th house. You have Capricorn in 10th here. Y'all are actually going to come from establishing this business, and it looks very much like an online business. Maybe that's why he was supposed to work with a team. Maybe you're his teammate. But there's something he's building from scratch. His day-to-day life was in the sign of Scorpio, which usually means like a struggle life. But it's the ability to alchemize everything that came before that to create something for yourself. Taking stuff and flipping it to make money from other people's things. This is like the stock market. This is real estate. If somebody has like chopped cars and he knows how to fix cars, he would take cars that look like they were done and turn them into something else and sell them for 3 times what they were worth or what he brought them for. He can flip anything. And somehow that is the business that y'all are going to have together. There are many, many second house placements here, but the main one I need to address is the fact that you guys together have Venus in second. Whatever you guys learn, you could apply to earn more wealth for yourself. Together, y'all are like financial masterminds. It's just a matter of deciding what business you guys can do together that will grow. Because your Banks is at the 26th degree, the same degree as your North Node. Y'all came to make some solid growth together. But it's like one without the other won't ever get this. You have completely different designs separately. Together, y'all got it all. Like Jupiter's in the 7th house, that means that through the partnership, transformation and growth will happen. So, how about this? If he had bad karma from the men on his dad's side of the family, right? And he gets with you and y'all combine and do your whole little tantric alchemist thing, or just get so close together, because sometimes it's not even sexual. Like, you can be celibate for a year and spend time with somebody and end up merging with them just because y'all have become so tight together and so, like, leaned in, right? Imagine that, and then your good juju blocks out his bad karma. So all the stuff that he was doing before because he paid back the debt and he is now merged with somebody who has a different path, you just pulled him out of his hole to a whole different thing. You gave him new possibilities. Now, to be clear, he came here to get married. His north node is in 7th. Your south node is in 7th going into 1st, but you're right into his Venus. It's like when you found yourself, you found him. And that's how you want it in this life. You wanted to have your own solid sense of self, because so many other times it was wavy, baby. You had to be what other people wanted you to be in order to get stuff done. He came to get married to your mind, because your mind is your magic, your creativity, the way that you inspire, the way that you come up with things that like make him feel like anything is possible. And I don't think he had that before. He needed that. That's the drug he keeps coming back for. There's an asteroid. And let me zoom in, because I'm going to close with this because I think you'll appreciate it. There's an asteroid called Paradise. It's where like heaven on earth is for you. You see, his is in red, right? That's conjunct your ascendant. He can run, but he cannot hide, because he will always want to return to paradise, his home, and what he's been working for this whole life. So you guys are being shifted to sort of brainstorm, come together. Like, what does Rudy want to do with the skills that he has? What can you sprinkle onto those skills? It's like you're his Tinkerbell sort of, kind of. And how can y'all create this together? Because y'all are doing this for the long run. Y'all are locking in. Whether y'all get married now or years from now, your souls are going to be married. This tough spot that you're going through right now, guys, is all the old stuff that needs to clear out. It's like a tornado came through your whole lives, and now FEMA finally arrived. Y'all got to be your own FEMA, though. And clear out all the stuff and not allow the burdens or the bad habits of who you were in the past to block you from the person that you came to be. That was just stuff that had to get moved out the way. So congratulations on a happily ever after.